Hi all, it's Kylie from Kylie's Cardcraft again. Thanks for joining me. Just want to take you on a journey. We're going to do a series. There'll be other things added in as I go, and it may not be sequential, if that makes sense. I was at my local scrapbooking craft shop this afternoon in Geelong, Australia. Create on Ormond is the name of the place. I'm down there quite regularly, and I teach classes down there. But every now and again, you know how you're in a shop, even it's a shop that you're at regularly, and you come across something that may have been there for a while, but you hadn't seen before. Well, I did one of those today, and I found a paper pack. Now, it's Old School is the name of the range. It's a mini paper collection designed by Manu Design Studio in the USA. It's copyright 2019, so it's a 49 and market one, but designed by Manu Design Studio. It cost me $18.25. That's Australian. But I saw it was just poking up, just saw this little bit at the top, and I went, oh, that's something I like. It's all in my colours. And I pulled it out and I went, wow. And I could just see a journal in it, just holus bolus, this for a journal. So what I'm actually going to do is take you on a journey, and we'll do a journal start to finish, just with this paper pack. Now, it is a small paper pack. Yes, the pages are 12 by 12, but it only has 4 pages in there. They're double-sided, but it has an extra sheet, and it has these beautiful laser cut designs, and it was just so beautiful. So I came home, tidied up my desk, decided I'm going to do this, and we're going to undo it now. Haven't even undone it. I've literally just looked at the front and gone, yep, that is so me. So let's have a look and see what's in here. We're going to do this. As it's only 4 pages, which, you know, we'll make 8 or so, and I want a couple of signatures, I will pad it out with a little bit of coffee dyed copy paper, I've decided, and I'll make a cover out of cardstock or a cereal box or something else that I'll need to decorate, because probably won't have enough paper left out of this. So let's turn it over and have a look. So this is my front cover, and I can also use those. No, I can't. That's on the other side. So technically, I've got those as well, haven't I, for smaller ones that are in there, and some bits and pieces. Before I start, I like smaller journals, so I'm going to do this in a smaller size. 2 journals that I've got here, one I'm currently on, you've all seen me, one I finished a while ago, but these are the size journals that I like. See how they sit in your hand? So for me, this is a large journal, this is a standard size journal. They've both got sewn in signatures, or will have. Size wise for these, I'm looking 4 inches by about 6, give or take a bit. And this one, which is a little bit larger, is not quite 4.5 by 7. So this bit I like. I like this handhold of just the book like so. So maybe we do it 4 inches by 7. So that way I'm getting that width and that height. All right, so we've decided on that from our 12 by 12s. So in which case, those sorts of ones, we'll make slightly smaller pages in there, but they will work beautifully. Okay, page number 1. Page 2, and look at the barcode strips. I don't know if you can see the barcode strips or whether, look at the barcode strips. Look at that. Okay. Yep, and I can still you imagine all that at the top of your page. That's just beautiful. So next page. Oh, and it's 49er Market. They have the most beautiful thick papers. So that's one. Oh, yes. And two, and look at all these even down the bottom that I can still use. So that's my barcode strip. All of these little elements that I can still cut out and use as well. So my last 12 by, no it's not, second last 12 by 12 sheet. It's a matter of working out where I want to cut them. I'm thinking up there, which will still give me that, which gives me all this for decorating, making pockets, adding extras. So, last page. Have I got last page? Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. That is just beautiful. And these are my laser cut pieces. Ah, isn't this wonderful? All right. So we've decided on 4 by 7 for our pages size. We will sew them in. I'll just do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch to sew them into my cover when I make my cover. We'll do that towards the end. I will do all these to start with. So I'll do all my pages, get all them sorted today, get them sectioned in, and next time we'll work on the cover because, as I said, this was just something I came home and went, wow, have to do. So I need to find some cardboard or something like that to make a cover with. That is beautiful. I'm going to sit that, hang on a moment, and I've grabbed just some coffee dyed paper. I don't really want those ones because I want to do it all plain with just those for the pattern papers. So I've got some lined and I've got some normal coffee dyed in there, and they will work 4 by 7, won't they? So that's fine. So I'll set that to the side and we'll start working on our papers, working out which way we want them. As you know, this will fold here. That one's got nothing else on the other side, and I think I want that up there. So we're going to cut down 7 inches from the top of our page, and then they'll need to be 8 inches in length to fold to make our 4-inch wide ones. Now I've got my large trimmer just off to the left hand side of me where my sewing machine normally is, and I'll very quickly slice across there. It's too hard to pull it backwards and forwards. It won't take long at all. So I'll just go to 8 inches. Not 8 inches. What did we say? 7 inches. So I'll go to the 7-inch mark. Make sure that that's nice and straight. Alright. So that's the length. That's the height of our journal. So now that I've got the first one cut, I can see where my pages will be. And I think I like this section again up the top. What have I got on the other side? Yep. We'll go that one with that one as well. So 7 inches, wasn't it? Maybe I should write this down. Because I know I'm going to forget it. So 2. Let's have a look at this one. I just love everything over that. And that's up the top. I'm going to lose a little bit on my other side when I trim it back to about here. But that should still be fine. So I might want that side and trim that side off. We'll see how we go when we actually trim our page widths. So 7 inches. Oh, and it is heavyweight paper, nearly card even. That one's fine on that side. Yeah, we'll go that because I can see these already in ephemera and embellishments and all the rest. So we'll cut that one at 7 inches. like so. And I will cut a couple of these sheets at 7 by 8, if it sits straight in there. So that's going to be the finished size of our book. That's a nice handhold, really, isn't it? What do I want? 4.5, which will be 9, won't it? I might cut another coffee dyed paper at, what do we say, 7 by 9, and just have a look at it that way. Let's face it, the coffee dyed paper I can do 1,000 times over, whereas once I've cut my 49 and market paper, it's cut forever. So I've now got a piece 7 inches by 9 inches. We will loosely fold that one. I think I like that size better. Just in comparison to the 7-inch height, that one might have been better as a shorter one, but it'll still fit in there. I don't mind when pages are slightly smaller and all the rest. So, yeah, we might go 4.5. I'm thinking, yes. All right, so now let's work out these, because we do only have 4 sheets. So if I do 2 signatures, we're looking at 2 of these in each. Go that one, a black one in that signature, and a black one in that signature. And I can always do some, oh, that's nice. So if I score that at 4.5 inches and fold that for my page, I'm not even going to cut off the rest of that. I'm just going to have it as a fold out again. As I said before, it's thick paper, so it's going to add a little bit of bulk to my journal, but that's fine. So where do we say? 4.5? Oh, and it's straight. And that one at 4.5. Which gives us, now I could either stick that down or actually have that as another fold going out. And I think I'll have that as another fold going out, so that if that's in there, like so, which was the smaller one of the 2. So we've got a page, page, and a flip out. Yes? Makes sense? All right, so our other one, we'll just do as a standard page. So 4.5, 9, I need to cut off 3 inches. Might take it from that side. What have I got on the other side? Nothing much. So that's fine. Oh. I'll bring it back over to you. Might make it easier because I can do that with my small trimmer. How's that? So I wanted to take it off this side, didn't I? Yep. So I put that in, and what are we going to take off? 3.5. No, 3. Oh, maybe I need coffee. And I will use that as pockets and tucks, etc. That one can be folded. So we'll fold that. So 4.5, that should be at 9. Yes, beautiful. Don't you love it when a plan comes together? Right. That's straight again. So they're my pages for that one. That one in there, that one in there, that one in there. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yep, they're already chunking up, as I said, because the 49er market paper is so thick. What I'd also like to do is that one. But what I might do with that is cut it out by hand with my knife, so that I'm not, because I'm not certain yet what I want with the rest of it. I might not want to cut down there. I might want to have this strip going there. So I will just cut this out by hand with my knife straight down. Cut the both of those out. So I've put a self-healing craft mat underneath me. And with the knife, down to that one. This one's slightly larger than that one, so we'll take the top of it out. And I do like how that is rounded, so I'm just going to cut it out square at this stage, and then I might use my scissors to give it some age and all the rest. So you're about there. That's out of whack. It's not straight, but I don't really want it straight. And then the bottom of this one is going to be round about where the top of the other one is. So if I start that along there, as I said, it's thick paper. I'll take the other one out now while I'm at it, just so I don't have to come back to it. And I want that black that's sitting in there, which is that. And I'll give it a couple of goes this time. And round again. And I'll give it that black bit up there as well. So it's got a real edge to it. Right, let's see how we go getting these out. There's one. It's not quite cut. Right, set that bit aside. Set everything aside. Right, and are you straight? Where am I going to exactly fold you? Set that down there. Yeah, it is this side that's out, but I don't mind. I'm going to actually put a pencil mark for about where I want. So I'm looking round about 7.5, aren't I? 3.5, 3, 3.25, 3 3/4, isn't it? Yeah. So it's around about that pencil line there. That one and that one. Right. We'll fold that. And you can see I'm using my swirl board for each one because they are so thick. If I can find, that's what I'm looking for. Now, let's have a look. Where's that pencil mark? There's one. There's the other. So all I'm doing, I'm not matching it up to the side or anything else. I'm just matching my pencil marks up to where they need to go down there. All right, let's have a look and see what we've got on the other side. And I can cover those. That's not a problem. That doesn't worry me at all. So I've got myself another page in there. And as I said before, I want to round those, but I'm just going to give them a wonky look. And that one's got a little bit taken out of it. So you can see all I'm doing is just taking them out. And what's on that side? Right, just to give it a little bit of a wonk. And what I'll do is using my walnut stain. You can see they've got a real white core going through them. I just want to get rid of some of that. So I'm using the walnut stain, which is the darker of my browns that sit here. And I'll just go around and get rid of that core colour. And I'm going to have these ones as my centres so that I can really see that beautiful bit in the centre. And I'm thinking what I might do is scruff it up a little bit further. Now I can use my scissors, but if I stretch over here, I've got an edge distresser. Now, this one's a really old one. You're probably not going to be able to find these ones anymore. The Tim Holtz ones or tonic ones, these are a little circle with lots of blades in them. And all they are is a little tiny blade. I don't know if you can see that. Just a whittle blade in there. And what it'll do is it'll rough that up. So it'll give it just a slightly further distressed edge, so that it really looks worn and loved and all the rest. Once again, I forgot to look at the time when I started. Sorry, so I don't know how long this one's going to be. We'll just see how we go. Right, so that's just given it a little bit of an edge. I'll just lightly dab some of those areas, but this time when I'm dabbing it, I'm going backwards and forwards because I just want to rough them up further. I don't want to flatten all that edge that I've just done. So you can see I'm just rolling it backwards and forwards across it. Again, don't rub up and down. You'll ruin the foam on your blending tool or any of the foam that you're using if you're inking. Right, so whereas I've started with this sort of thing, I've now got that. So it's given it a nice rough edge, and we will cover that as we go. So where are my pages? Here. With that one in the centre. Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. Right, so in this very tiny signature, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which will give us 10, won't it? Does it need anything else? Probably does, but I like it between. We'll just do a thin one, since it is only the 4 pages. As I said, we're not going to sew it into our cover just yet. We might find that we're decorating it and we've got bits left over and we can make other pages. So that's one. I'm just going to grab a little clip, just a little clip. I like to do this, and then it'll just clip my signatures together so that I know that I've got that one done. Right, so our other side, we will need some more coffee dyed paper. Oh, I just hit my tripod then, sorry. Do I want the lined? No, I'm a big one for the lined going the right way. And I can always stick that on those other sections, can't I? All right, so we want 2 sheets of those. And I'll cut them together this time. So I wanted 7 inches. So 7. And we've now gone 9, haven't we? 2 4.5. So 9. And I've got my 2 pages like so. So there's 1. This one will go the other way. And 2. So I've got my 2 coffee dyed ones. I've got my centre one, which has bits like that on it. So, and then these ones need to be trimmed back by 3 inches. And let's have a look and see which way we're going to go. Move that back over there. I really like this, and I really like this. This one needs to be up that way. We'll keep this side in, and I'll take my 3 inches from there. So go back 3, which is that one. And we might do a fold again on this one. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, maybe like that. Maybe the other way. Maybe like that. But you can fold back out again, can't it? All right, so we won't cut that one, which will give us an extra fold. So 4.5, 3, wasn't it? So we'll get this guy back out. Going that way. Finding that. 4.5. Which is that one. Oh, and they're all turning out beautifully. Yep, and 3. 4.5 will be 3, won't it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this. I need to go the other way, don't I? One, 2, 3, that way. You'll notice there is no rhyme or reason. Sometimes I have it up one way, sometimes I have it up the other way. Oh yes, I like that. Lovely. Right, now our other one just needs to be folded, which is this one, and I liked that. So straight in there, 4.5. Which is that one. Yep. And my book. This one needs the measurement working out again, and I'd like to rough this one up a little bit as well. And I'm thinking I want to chop some edges off. Just making them a little bit dog-eared at the tops. No rhyme or reason. I'm just literally just chopping little bits off. Right. Get rid of that core colour. Mind you, if I find this doesn't work out, you may never see it because I won't upload it. So if I like the way it's going, you'll see it. Right. And I'll give it a little bit of a rough up like I did with the other one. As I said before, if you don't have one of these, you can use your scissors. Don't cut yourself. But as you can see, you can use your scissors. But you've just got to watch yourself. That's why these are so much safer. As I said, there's lots of different versions out these days. The most used would have to be the Tim Holtz ones. Get rid of some of that. And then just go backwards and forwards to give it a little bit of colour again, but not to flatten it out. Just a little bit. And down. Last bit. Right. Probably need to give that a blow. That's what the carpet's for, isn't it? So we now need to fold this one, so we'll have a look and see where our centre point is again. I'm working off this bit. This is all in centimetres. It's just a little self-healing mat. So, round about straight. There. There. Look, it's not far off that line. It's just a little bit off that line. So we'll put it directly on the line with this one. So if I just sit that there, so that it's going down that way. Starting that. All right, I'll get rid of that one completely. Put it down in my sewing machine. Yeah, no, it was nowhere near it. Look at that. Doesn't matter. It's my centre page. Oh, I like that. Look, it's a book already. Right, so with this one, we'll have, that's my centre. One of those. Do I want that in the centre or do I want that? Let's work on black. I don't do black very often, so let's work on black. One of those. And then that one. So that then becomes my last one that folds out. It's a little bit out, but I think that's just because they're so thick in there. I'm not overly concerned. I like them. Give that a push with my ruler and see where they all come to. I don't mind them all higgledy-piggledy, I suppose, would be the best way to have it. Right, I'll grab a clip for that one as well. And then we can see what we've got left. And we've got quite a bit left. So we've got, so there's my two signatures. Just a very, we might even do a soft cover book. Might do a fabric one. Might do a fabric one. How's that? Because it is a softer one. It is a smaller one. It's still nice size to put in your hand. Like that. I've got this. I've got this. And over beside my trimmer, I have these. Now, technically, I could make smaller ones in amongst these, couldn't I? Which will give it a little bit thicker and still give me bits to embellish. So, if I cut these ones back so that they're a little bit smaller again, a bit like my centre ones. Oh, that's my first one, isn't it? So that I have more in there at, say, that size. 1 and 2. It still gives me quite a bit to embellish with, and I've still got my laser cut pieces. I think we might do that. Not all of them. We'll just pick a couple of them. We'll pick a couple of my favourite ones. Like that, but I'm not overly keen on the black. As I said, I don't usually use black. So there was 2 black ones in there, wasn't there? That one and that one. So we might put those ones back in as small pages as well. So I'll just cut off my barcode strip. Oh. But keeping my barcode strip. So that one and that one. Right, so there and there. Oh, I'm on a funny angle, so I haven't got the strength to use it. I'm twisted all round. Right, barcode strip, I'll sit up there. These ones I'm going to make into other pages. Love that section, but I'd like that for pockets, etc. So we might cut 4 inches off that end and then just do smaller ones. So 4 inches, kind of, it moved a little bit. And this one, I'd like this on a page. What if we're going now for, yep, that would be a full page. I like that. So we'll cut our 4 inches off that end. Right. It's just that bit and that bit. Move you to the side. Sit you and you there. That one and that one will need folding, scoring. So, back to the board. Big board for a little fold job, but. So now I've got 8. I'm going 4 inch mark. 1 and 4 inches again. 2. Right. Fold that. Give it a good crease because it is so thick. Oh, it's beautiful paper. So beautiful. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Right, so 1 for each book again. And I'll make sure that those ones hopefully weren't in the same one. So that's a black one, that's fine. That, I'm fairly certain, is that one. So it's this one I'm thinking we'll go into. Yes. So you'll go in this one again somewhere. I might put you in there. In like that. And my clip. Oh, look at that. Oh no, it's only 7 o'clock. Right, and so this one will go in this one, which means he was in there, so that's fine. And we'll pop you, yes, that blue will sit lovely in with that. It's going to be awfully thick to put my holes in when I'm sewing it in, but it's worth it with this paper. Right, so 1 signature and 2 signatures, and they're a little bit fatter again already. Look how they're sitting out. Yeah, they're already sitting out before I even do anything with them because the paper is so thick. So we'll start with this one. Pop this one aside, and I've still got all my bits and bobs left over from those. Oh, I love their barcode. They're just beautiful. They are just beautiful. So I'll make some tags, we'll make some pockets, we'll make some tucks. This one, that's fairly close to that. I don't want the black, but I like that as an actual tag. And I'm going to cut that off now because I actually want that one as a tag before I go any further and lose part of that. I might take it to there and up that line, just as is. I will need to put something on that section there, and I'll just cut that straight into a tag shape if I can find my scissors. There they are. So I have no rhyme nor reason. I don't, you know, like, probably I should go through and make my pockets and my tucks and all the rest and then come back and fill them. I don't. I just, wherever my mind works is where I go. So sorry if it's giving everybody the heebie-jeebies, but it's just the way my mind works. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So and as I've got my trimmer to the side, I don't have my sewing machine set up. Well, set up, but it's on the floor. because I've pulled that off the desk beside me to put that large trimmer there. So we will next time have the sewing machine so I can sew around a couple of these. I want to cover a little bit of that, so I'm just going to use a little bit of this. That should cover that. And I might stamp something on there just for the bottom of it. Oh, did I have anything in those? No, but I had words in these, didn't I? Did I? Oh, I've got that one. What was the other one I had? Ah, don't need that. Look. Something like that, just on the bottom of that, will work a treat. So, I've got my mat here. Let's just trim a bit off. Now, where's my knife? There it is. Oh, we know it's a barcode strip, so the barcode strip will fit the barcode strip, but I'm going to take it just a little bit higher. Leave a little bit of that black in there. And just take it down to that. I'm thinking it will give me a few words. Oh, it's so thick I might need a new blade. And then if I stick that on now, like so. Yep, and then trim it off. That looks all right. Nice and quick and easy. Get rid of that core colour going up the top again. Down the bottom. Adhere that on. Like so. That's wider than that anyway, isn't it? Yep. Okay. Put that back on, Kylie. Haven't got my glue mat underneath me. Awesome. All right. Cloth. Oh, that cloth's bad, isn't it? We'll go that side. How's that? I'm just sitting that on, and I'm just going to give it a really good push so that it'll squeeze out all the glue, but onto my yucky cloth. Now I'll trim that up. And that side. Chuck those in the bin before I put anything else on them. And I just need to go over that core colour that's sitting there, just so that it flattens it down. Doesn't look so white. Yeah, like that. Don't really need to do anything else, but we may once we start getting to all our bits and bobs that are on that. So I've done my tag for this one. Now I just need to make my pocket. Do I want to make it tuck like so, or do I actually want to make a pocket? Let me have a look at my bits and bobs from my laser cut very gently, and see. Oh, just love them. I just love them, I love them, I love them. Love these scissors. I love these scissors. I love these scissors. Now, are these going to pop out, or are they in harder than I thought? If that fits, I might make a pocket with the scissors on the top. I normally use my knife for doing things like this. Right. And those scissors will fit in there beautifully. So, again, I'm just going to rough them up. Well, not really rough them up, but just age them up so that they're a little bit tarnished now. and don't look like they've just come out of a laser cut sheet. That's my thoughts anyway. Like so. Yep. Right, so I want something on the front of that one can go into. I can use my papers that I've got. I've got bits and bobs. See, that's nice. I just like all of it. That's my problem. I'm just going to trim that straight down there. Not going to give it much more thought than that. Somewhere about there. And stick that in there like so. That one can sit in. I might put a little bit of lace on that. It's called not thinking too much. And if I can do these on video, then I should be able to do them in real life. All right, so that one's going to stick in here. I want those ones on there. What do I want them the other one? See, start to think. That way with a little bit of lace down there. Something like, oh, hang on. Hang on. A little bit of cheesecloth there. If I don't use the lace, I just use the cheesecloth. I like that. All right, so we'll stick that pocket in. I'm going that way. Hoping I'm still in shot. I did take the camera up further today because we started with 12 by 12s. So I'm hoping it's not too far away for you. But yeah, because the papers were 12 by 12 to start with, I needed to show all of that. And then showing videos for this series, that's the word, I will bring the camera back down a little bit. Just in there like that. Give that a push. Oh, I've got to get a new cloth. It just takes out my glue as it comes out. Right, and then this one. I'm going to have in here like that. I'm thinking I might put something stamped up there. Now, technically a white stamp or a light stamp. Wonder if the antique linen in the oxide would do enough. I'll finish this one off and we might have a look at that. All right, so I want a little bit of, I'm just picking all the glue off the top of that from where I was working on it last night and didn't clean it properly. All right. Okay, up. So just a little bit of glue. It's a new bottle, so it's coming out madly. But if I pop enough on, it's not even going to come out at all now. It's because I was working on it last night and I didn't do it up properly. Oh, here it comes. Needs further. Right. Oh, see, new bottle comes out like a mad thing. Little bit there, little bit there. It's a bit like a hot glue gun and it's all sticky and stringy and all the rest, but I find it is the best glue for sticking all these things down. Sit you there. That should go straight onto that now. Right. So what I want is something up in there so that, as I said, I don't really work with black. I just want to lift it up a little bit. So I'm wondering, the oxide in the antique linen should work. We'll have a look. So if this bit goes in here like so, if I have something up in this corner, oh, I know. Sorry, I didn't mean to click my fingers. I've got, here we go. I just go to my bag of Tim Holtz stamps. Right, I'm thinking something like that. So that it's there, but it's not really there. And if I have it off the page, up like that, what do you reckon? Take all these ones away, and I'll get just my stamping foam. And that. And if I pop that up there like so, that should work, shouldn't it? I need a bigger one, but I want a fairly good image, so I'll put it on a block. Now it's probably got stuff all over it anyway, because I never clean my stamps. We'll see how we go. That's coating that fairly well, and it should go over that dark. It's not really black. It's a, I don't know, it's a grey browny black, isn't it? Right. So let's see how this works. And off the page, give it a good push just to make sure that that oxide really sits on the page. Are we ready? What's it gonna do? I like oxides on darker colours, but I don't know about whether the antique linen would work. Oh, yes! Yeah, baby. Right. Normally I'll use, on my blacks, I'll use something like mustard seed or squeezed lemon because they actually show so well on the blacks, but that sits nicely. And I might do that all over all of my black colours. Right. So technically, one page done. One page done. So we've got this little guy now, and we might do this little guy, finish it for the night, because I really can't remember what time we started. And I will just, every couple of days, I'll sit down, do a little bit more of these ones, and we'll work our way through this journal. Right, so this one, I'm just waiting for that to dry. It's almost dry. You can see when it dries, when it stops getting that sheen. So that's looking pretty good. I could hit it with the heat gun, but let's just wait. And then I can tuck that in and say I've finished a whole page. Right, so this one. I want to use, if I go into these laser cuts again, because let's face it, there are so many there. And some of these will make the most awesome tuck spots. So, I'm going to have to pull these out before the next session and just sit them in a container, because I know I'm going to lose them each time I pick them up and they start to fall off. They're in there better than I thought they would be, but I'm still worried about losing them as I go. So I will take these out of here now that I've opened the packet, and we will and I'll put them in a container. That's the only solid book lot, isn't it? Because those ones, I went that way. No, it's all right. We'll go this way. It's not big enough. It is not big enough, but I wanted it to, hang on. As you were, there is a darker. There is a larger one here, but it's a smaller page. I don't want to use up all my bigger ones on the smaller pages, but That would work as a lovely pocket, wouldn't it? All right, decision made. Decision made. Get rid of that white core. Just going around them. And I will, once the camera's off, go round and ink all round my pages because I like inked pages. You don't have to ink your pages if you're doing something similar, and I won't make you sit through it all, so that's fine. But I will sit here and go around once I've turned the camera off. Do I want, you know me by now, I want stamping everywhere. I love this paper and I don't want to take away from it, but I might just put a number there. So I'll slide this one out. We're going on here. Slide this one out now too. I've just got to remember which way I put them in. And, oh, sorry. And I might just put a number on there. Just because I can. And I love my numbers, but I might do it as a handhold one and just lightly go on, maybe, so that it doesn't come up too thick and too, what's the word I want? Too perfect, I suppose. I just, oh, sorry. But I just thought, in saying that, I've got one on this Tim Holtz one. The rubber ones over these are easier to do that because I can hang on to them here and just go like that. Whereas these ones are harder to do that. So I'll just do this. And I'm going to stamp it in the black. And again, I don't normally stamp in the black. I do everything in my browns. So it's just, this is what happens when I see papers that I just have to have. Right. So it's not overly inked up, and I just, yeah. So see how it's faded in and out? And that's the sort of thing I wanted. So it matches all in with those. Right. Put that one just back on there for now because I'm sure I will use them because I use them in just about everything. Set you to the side. Glue this one on. Now, when I glue this on, I might just glue there to there, which gives this as an extra little bit for a larger tag because I haven't worked this one out yet, strangely enough. I'm going to get rid of that too before I start gluing all over that. I'll just set that back in its place there. Much happier gluing on this because I can then just wipe it over. So if I go from here down along the bottom, and back up to there, that should give a fair size tag for me. Well, it gives, that gives me a good 2 inches, 2 1/4 inches. So that's fine. Turn you around, sit you about in there. Grab that gunky cloth. Wipe my glue out as it comes out. Right. Right. So do we make our tag now as we go? Get that done. I can put my tag in this one because that's all dry. Like so. This one's going to sit in here. I'll make my tag now so that it's done and dusted and we're 2 pages in. How's that? So let's look at our other bits and bobs. See, that would look nice in there, wouldn't it? Because it matches in with that. And it's a good contrast. But I want a taller tag. So we said, what? 2, 2 1/4. And I want my tag to be about 3 1/2, I'm thinking. So go back to this one. I like that darker section up there. What am I going to lose? Go that way. Let's have a... I really like this and I don't want to lose it. Right, so I'm using that side. Using that side, that gives me that for later on. Okay. By 2 1/4, I'll go just under, and I'm going to cut this section off so that I've got all this, which would be the back of my tag for journaling. And then I've got this nice little section here that I can add on to something else later on. So it was 2 1/4. If I go just under 2 1/4, it'll give me a nice amount of wiggle room, hopefully. That's not stuck down, is it? No. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. There you go. Just still a little bit tight. No, that's right. All right, we'll go that way. We'll chop that into a tag. Choppy chop. And we'll put some stamping on this one as well. How's that? Stamping works so well because it doesn't chunk out your... That's probably the wrong word, but you know, it doesn't fill out your book as much. So I could put other embellishments on this and all the rest. But each time I'm adding layers, I'm literally adding layers, and it's going to start thickening my journal out again. So the stamping works quite well. And that I'm really happy with. So let's put something on that one and we'll call it a night. So I want that. Let's have a look. What do I want on there? Do I stick with all of that? Do I find something else? I've got all these ones out, so let's just have a look at these. Sitting here, and they're all in a plastic bag because they keep falling off their backing, because as you can see, I don't clear my stamps. They're all used so much. Let's go those words. Live the life you've imagined. Yes, no, yes, with a little bit else going on. So if I very lightly stamp, so like a shadow stamp, just an all over pattern on that to start with. So if I go into, I've got backgrounds. So I go into backgrounds, let's have a look. Something like that. Ooh. And do a shadow stamp of something like that. Running out of spaces. I might have to give it 2 goes, but that's fine. We'll do that. Put that on a block so that I can get control of it. And I'll put a piece of scrap underneath it. We'll go with the Distress Oxides again. If I go like that, and then I come over and do just a little bit over here. It's all right. Just talking to myself. Talk amongst yourselves, you know. All right. So I'll ink that up. And what I'm going to do is just shadow stamp. So I'll get rid of most of my ink off that bit. And then I'll put that bit down. So you can see it's just on there, not as bright as that. So that's just called shadow stamping. So I need to do a little bit over here as well, which I'll do that section there. I don't need to ink up all my stamp, just a little bit down the side. And once again, I need to push it onto my scrap to get rid of the majority of the ink. And then I can run it down there. And I've got my all over background going on there now. So now that I've done that, I can do this one. And he should fit on that one. If I even that up on my grid and even a line up on my words, then I know it's going to be straight on there. That's the problem with the older ones. They don't actually have it on the other side. So if I ink that up, give it a really good solid inking. No, see, there's no black on there. Right. And make sure I've got it up the right way. Give it a good push because I want that ink to, excuse me, to really show on there. Yep. And so what I've ended up with is that. The other side I've got journaling space and I've got that one on here. So I'll clean up some of that mess. And I'll clean up all my stamps and bits and bobs in a moment. My background has already dried because it wasn't very thick to start with. Yeah, might have to plug my heat gun in. It's all right. Give him a quick flick. All right. How's that? So that one's going to sit in there. They will all sit back in there. So we've got our signatures made, apart from being sewn in, and we've got 2 pages done. I hope you're going to stick with me through this journal, whatever. I think it's going to be fun. It'll be interesting to see what we come out with out the other side. I will, before the next one, as I said, I'll grab some cardboard or whatever else to make my cover, and I'll work out kind of whether I'm going to do a soft cover or whether I want to do an actual spined one. I'll give that some thought now that I can see how thick these are going to be. I might need to do a thin spine one. I will just put all of this together so that it's just sitting there waiting for us again next time, and I will take those little laser cutouts out and put them into a container so that we can just rifle through them. I'm hoping you're going to continue with the journey with me, as I said before. Thanks for watching this one. Don't know how many parts it's going to be. We'll see. And until next time, happy crafting. Thanks, guys. Bye.